Protoplast culture. Protoplasts are the naked plant cells without cell wall, but they possess plasma membrane and other cellular components. They represent the functional plant cell, but for the lack of the barrier, that is the cell wall. Protoplasts of different species can be fused to generate a hybrid, and this process is referred to as somatic hybridization or protoplast fusion. Hybridization is a phenomenon of fusion of normal protoplast with an enucleated, that is without nucleus, protoplast that results in formation of a hybrid or a cytoplast and or cytoplasmic hybrids. Protoplast culture. The isolated protoplasts have been described as naked cells because the cell wall has been removed by either mechanical or an enzymatic process. In the isolated protoplast, the outer plasma membrane is fully exposed. It involves the following steps, that is isolation of protoplast. Second one is purification of protoplast. Third one is maintenance of protoplast. Fourth is testing the viability of protoplast and regeneration of plants from the protoplast. Coming to isolation of protoplast. Protoplasts are isolated by two techniques. One is mechanical method, that is non-enzymatic method, and the second one is enzymatic method. In the mechanical method, protoplast isolation by mechanical method is a crude and tedious process. This results in the isolation of a very small number of protoplasts, and the technique involves the following steps. A small piece of epidermis from a plant is selected, and the cells are subjected to plasmolysis. This causes protoplast to shrink away from the cell walls, and the tissue is dissected to release the protoplast. Mechanical method for protoplast isolation is more in use because of following limitation. First one, it yields, that is the yield of the protoplast and their viability is low. Second, it is restricted to certain tissues with vacuolated cells. Third is, this method is laborious and tedious. However, some workers prefer mechanical methods if the cell wall degrading enzymes cause deleterious effect to the protoplast. Coming to the second type, that is the enzymatic method. Here, young fully expanded soft leaves or in vitro grown callus tissue or cell suspension culture grown cells can be used as the source material. The tissue or the cells are incubated in plasmolyticum for 1 hour before enzymatic treatment. The intact tissue material cut into smaller pieces to increase the surface area of enzymatic activity. The enzymes can be used either sequentially in two-step method or in a single step by mixed enzymatic method. The enzymes used are of three main categories. One is the cellulases. Example, that is cellulosin, drycellase, hemicellulase, that is helicase or rozyme. Third one is The concentration of the enzymes used and the time period of incubation varies greatly depending upon the tissue type. In two-step method, the pectinase and the hemicellulases are applied first and then cellulase is applied for complete removal of cell wall. After release of protoplast into the suspension, for removal of enzymes, the protoplast are collected in a centrifuge tube as pellet and washed several times with the osmoticum. Purification of protoplast. For purification, the protoplast suspended in osmoticum are centrifuged using sucrose, the solution, 20% sucrose solution. The viable protoplast float on the top surface of sucrose solution, forming a band. These protoplasts are then collected, resuspended in osmoticum and washed several times. Finally, the protoplast suspended in a measured volume of protoplast culture medium after counting the number with the help of hemocytometer. The viability of protoplast is checked with the help of fluorescein diacetate staining or phenosafranin or chalcofluor white. Third is maintenance of protoplast. Protoplasts are maintained in an isotonic solution whose ionic strength is equal to that of protoplasts. If they are treated with hypotonic solution, the cell lies immediately after incubation because of the uptake of more solvent from the medium. If they are treated with hypertonic solution, this solution induces shrinkage of protoplast. Therefore, isotonic solution is preferred for maintaining isolated protoplast. Generally, a solution containing sorbitol, mannitol and sucrose is used for this purpose. Fourth one, protoplast viability test. The most frequently used staining method for checking protoplast viability are fluorescein diacetate, that is FDA, dissolved in acetone, is used at a concentration of 0.01% and intact viable protoplast only fluoresce when they observed under UV, ultraviolet light. Phenosafranin is also used at a concentration of 0.01%, which is specific for dead protoplast that shows red in color. Fifth one is plant regeneration from the protoplast. Isolated plant protoplast have totipotency to grow into entire plants in vitro. Growing of visible protoplast into an entire plantlet is called plant regeneration. The ability of plant cell to grow into entire plants is called totipotency. Totipotency was reported by Stewart in 1965. It helps the protoplast to regenerate cell wall, to divide into many cells as callus, and finally to differentiate the callus into entire plant. Many workers have regenerated plantlets from tobacco, sugarcane, potato, wheat, rice, maize, oats, legumes, etc. From the isolated protoplast, hybrid plants can be produced by protoplast fusion. Even those hybrids which cannot be produced by normal procedure due to sexual or physical incompatibilities can be produced by somatic cell fusion. Isolated protoplasts are required for protoplast fusion experiments forming homokaryons and heterokaryons. In culture, isolated protoplasts soon regenerate new walls. From this, the process of cell formation can be studied. From isolated protoplast, mutant cells can be selected and clonal propagation can be made. Fifth one is isolated protoplast can inject foreign materials into the cytoplasm by a process resembling endocytosis. The injected material may be a plasmid, bacterium, virus, DNA, or mitochondria, etc. The sixth one is it provides materials for plant cell modification experiments. The seventh one is it helps to solve many plants and cell physiological problems. Thank you.